Everything around Hedera right now is just going insane. Obviously, the price action isn't, but we have been noticing a big change happening within the Hedera ecosystem. And over the last couple weeks, this has been intensified by a few things that we will go over in this video. But first, let's actually just talk about price action because I'm sure that that's what everyone wants to hear about, what they want to know about. Because again, we want to make money here, and this is like the biggest thing to really kind of focus on about regarding these altcoins going up in value, and it is the price chart. Now, the main thing that we're looking at here is number one, trading volume is up 100 and almost 20% in the last 24 hours. This is telling us that demand is rising for HBAR, but also looking at the price chart itself, we're just kind of hovering around this, chop zone essentially. We're just kind of consolidating and we're waiting for something to happen here. The main thing that we're waiting for is a break of the highs. We want to clear out and ultimately get a daily candle close over 26.5 cents. It's a little bit higher than 26.5 cents, but we want to break over this so that we could target the high from July. That high is right around 30.5 cents. Now, the second that we break this high, so again, just kind of going off of this real quick, the second that this high is broken, we target the high from January. Now, I know that we've gone over this many times over in the past, but the thing that's so important to focus on is how close we are to getting that crazy breakout to the all-time high back in 2021. Now, this all-time high, it is a pretty significant high from where we are at right now because this is 57 cents. Now, the second that we break that all-time high, the question is, how high do we go? And I've talked about it, right? $1 to $2 is a safe bet. We could see, $2 to $3. It's possible. We witnessed this with, ADA. Solana hit the same market cap that it would take. Dogecoin hit around the same market cap that it would take. These things are possible. We don't know how high HBAR is going to go, but we are definitely talking and really addressing we're talking about and addressing the entire ecosystem for HBAR, right? Over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about how the moves are starting to really pick up around Hedera. The adoption around Hedera is starting to pick up in a big way. We're starting to see the market itself expand around Hedera with listings like, for an example, we look at Robinhood, right? Robinhood was a big one, 25 million users. That was a huge one. We also look at some of the other listings for some smaller base exchanges. I know that they're not crazy, but still, some of them are pretty big. But the entire ecosystem has been starting to expand rapidly. And this is going to support price action once the market really bounces back. Now, again, we still have a lot of work to do here on price action, so don't get too excited. But we are very close to seeing a much larger breakout here on the chart. I think that happens once the market really kind of bounces back in a big way, which so far, it's starting to look pretty good. But we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. But I still think that by the end of this month, going into September, the market should be rebounding in a big way, supporting HBAR's further growth to 30 plus cents, leading to that 40 cent plus breakout, leading to the 57 cent retest. Now, outside of that, let's talk about a few things happening for Hedera. Number one, the ETPs. So Valor Funds recently did announce that yesterday we were proud to host a bell ringing event at the SIX Swiss Exchange in Zurich, celebrating the launch of our first two ETPs in Switzerland. Now, the first one was, of course, the One Valor Hedera HBAR physical staking ETP, and then, of course, the ICP one as well. This is very exciting because, again, this is protocol yields, native protocol yields from HBAR and ICP. And again, this is just supporting Hedera. It's supporting, the growth of, HBAR itself. So we'd love to see this. And this is with some pretty big names. I mean, Six Group is a massive name. We've talked about them for years, especially going all the way back to like 2021 with Quant. So I'm very excited about this. I think that this is great. And again, it's just further recognition that Hedera is starting to be focused on in a big way from these institutional players. Because again, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they be aware of how big Hedera is and how successful Hedera has been so far this cycle and the type of demand that it could generate? That's why they want these ETPs. That's why they want to launch them, because they want to make money off of this, because it does make money. And on top of that, they just see the demand. So love to see this. I think that this is great. Outside of that, though, we also got another big update. And again, this is just further recognition of Hedera. This is from Scott Melker, the Wolf of All Streets. 1 million followers. We could see the engagement here. Hedera HBAR has the most bullish sentiment of all listed blockchain networks per coin market cap. And yes, this did get announced. We actually see over here from Hedera Foundation, as per coin market cap, Hedera has the most bullish sentiment of all listed networks. This includes Near, Link, XLM, Avalanche, Bet, Ondo, Cas, Pepe, ADA. I mean, guys, when we're thinking about the market recognition for Hedera, it is at all-time highs. You know what's not at all-time highs? The price. This is why I keep saying that once the price catches up to how bullish Hedera is right now, it's going to be massive. It reminds me back to ADA from 2020 to 2021 because, again, Cardano during that time didn't really have much going on until we started to see them really expand the network. We saw upgrades to support the network growth. We started to see the network get really populated. Now, the difference here is that it didn't happen in just a few months. Hedera's been building towards this for well over 4 years now, and that work is not going to go unnoticed. We're starting to see the market realizing this and recognizing this, which is why the sentiment around Hedera is so incredibly bullish right now. Now, on top of that, it's also because we continue to see announcements like this. This is Trade in Orbit, and we're getting a sneak peek of what it looks like. This is launching very soon on Hedera. This is just yet again another DeFi protocol coming to the Hedera ecosystem that already has a ton of DeFi players tied to it. So I'm very excited about this. They've been absolutely killing the game so far. It's looking very good. I love to see this. Again, more DeFi on Hedera is better for the network. So far, I think DeFi TVL is hitting like the high $120 million level. I might be wrong on that. I haven't taken a look at it in a while, but we do know that DeFi on Hedera has been growing rapidly over the last couple months. So that's very exciting to see. And, you know, more things like this that launch is also further recognition that, you know, DeFi is extremely efficient on networks like Hedera rather than networks like Ethereum. So again, this is confirmation that DeFi is about to expand on Hedera as well. And NFTs. I know that we don't like to talk about NFTs because they're dead, right? NFTs are dead. Well, more NFT projects are now launching on Hedera. They are now expanding to the Hedera ecosystem. Like, for example, Returnals. This is a huge project and it looks very good. On top of that, you know, Secret Society is also launching on Hedera. This actually looks pretty cool. They've been teasing this for quite some time. Just more NFT projects are starting to tap into these networks like Hedera because of the gas fees, because of how, you know, efficient the network is. So this is very exciting. Now, on top of that, the reason why I bring up NFTs is because we recently talked about this post from Hedera. You guys probably realize that this is from an earlier video. What I'm bringing this back up because, again, the announcement here was over 7 days, Dead Pixels Club did more trading volume than the top 3 base NFT projects combined. Now, we thought that it would stop there, right? Because, again, Dead Pixels Ghost Club at that point generated 5.2 million HBAR, equivalent to 293.7 Ethereum, and that was in 1 week. Well, guess what? It just continues. Here we have 24-hour volume, 1.7 million HBAR, a difference of 405,000 US dollars. Here we have from Hedera Foundation, babe, wake up. Dead Pixels Club just surpassed Pudgy Penguins and CryptoPunks V1 in 24-hour volume. This is the real deal. Guys, Hedera's NFT market is back, and it's back in a big way, and it's making a ton of noise. I know that we don't like NFTs all that much, but think back to 2021. Why? Well, think about what NFTs did to Ethereum in 2021. It caused Ethereum to go from sub $1,000 all the way up to $5,000 almost. That's all because of NFT volume, NFT adoption. Now we're starting to see NFTs become a massive mover on Hedera, generating 1.7 million HBAR 24-hour volume. This is extremely bullish. And it could be the start of a massive wave on Hedera in terms of adoption, in terms of volume, in terms of value as well. This will significantly impact the underlying gas token, aka HBAR. And we also have Crypto Twits. This is part of Stock Twits, by the way, which they have 1 million followers. In today's light paper, Dead Pixels Club powers past punks and penguins. That's because they also realize how bullish this actually is. I mean, this is crazy to see. This is one of the craziest things that we've witnessed around Hedera in quite some time. And almost everyone is realizing this, even in individuals from outside of the Hedera ecosystem. We have, yes, HBAR has NFTs. Yes, Dead Pixels Club at #1 rank on volume. And yes, it looks like undervalued. Woo! This is from a C Network individual. And here we have from HBAR Tata, thanks to innovative minting model, awesome community, and great art, Dead Pixels Club is matching the daily volume of the world's top NFT projects. Yes, it only has 0.5% of CryptoPunk's market cap, 2% of Bored Ape Yacht Clubs, 2% of Pudgy Penguins. The growth potential here is unreal. And here we actually have the Dead Pixels Ghost Club right next to Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and even CryptoPunks. We can see the market cap here. I mean, guys, the market cap is $10 million compared to $478 million with Pudgy Penguins, $496 million with Bored Ape Yacht Club, and this is almost like $2 billion in terms of market cap with CryptoPunks. So again, it just goes to show you how undervalued this is, but also how overlooked NFTs on Hedera have been for so long. We also have over here, I listened to this guys on a space yesterday. Their Forever Mint is very cool mechanism and the community is strong AF. Dead Pixels will be the face of HBAR. And again, this is an L Bank partner. They have 121,000 plus followers. So again, the community recognition here for Dead Pixels is starting to really become a reality. Here we have another post from Perp, 46,000, almost 47,000 followers, highlighting the growth here for Dead Pixels Ghost Club. And we also even have from Gemscope, again, another account that has over 160 plus thousand followers. Yesterday, I interviewed Dead Pixels Ghost Club on Founder Spaces, and today they're breaking records, all-time high on floor price, all-time high on volume. Get yourself a Hashpack app wallet and enter the Hedera world today. Again, this is just telling us that adoption around Hedera and the growth around Hedera is going to continue to soar, and this is all because of what Dead Pixels Club did. They announced the Forever Mint, which was absolutely incredible to see. Credible Crypto did highlight this as well. He said, simple but brilliant. It does two things very well. It keeps the thrill of minting alive forever, which does a great job of inducing prospective holders into taking the plunge and joining the community. Increases liquidity for those who actively trade NFTs. The perpetual buybacks from the project treasury that utilizes the funds generated by the Forever Mint keeps things moving, generating much more liquidity for active traders than a project without such a mechanism, and allows for easy entry and exit for higher volume players. Would be very surprised if more NFT projects don't implement the Forever Mint concept, as it has changed the game completely in my opinion. Now, the daily volume during that time was only $100,000 to $500,000. Guys, the daily volume now is $405,000, and this is pretty consistent. This is showing us that these projects on Hedera are not just here to make some noise and then fizzle out. No, they're here to continue to innovate, continue to change the game, and level up the industry. This is the Hedera standard. I am extremely excited about this. I think that this is great. And again, just like we go back to 2021, this could be that big moment for HBAR. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.